because both of the young person me actually from the same constituency. So I guess my co-host is also one of my guests today because I'll be interviewing her just as much. I'd like to give them an opportunity, give the other guest the opportunity to welcome himself, let him know where he's from, and then we can get into the...
My name is Evan James. I was raised in Dennery. I am currently the Public Relations Officer for the Dennery South UW.
I guess I have to take the lead on this one a little more seriously because, I mean, we have a lot of questions here that we want answered. And the fact that we needed to step out of our two hosts to go to somebody else to answer these questions right now, it had my co-host looking a little bad. Because, I mean, to me, you should be able to answer all these questions. Why we have to bring this gentleman here to do it?
So, basically, you're just going to bash me here.
I mean, the fact that...
How does you me?
Anything. Okay. I mean, you introduce yourself. Most likely, you're known in your constituency. You're known in your community. You have a positive position, so you understand the goings and what's been happening, especially when it comes to young person. I want you to give me an idea. I guess both of you can chime in. Just an idea of some of the communities and in your constituency. Maybe the ones lesser known, maybe the ones more popular. But just let people know exactly where you represent when you say Dennery South.
Okay, that's a great question. From my perspective, some of the communities that make up Dennery, if we're starting from Lakai, going down, obviously Lakai, I would say Lime as well, Boisjoli. We could throw in La Pointe in there as well as Ansconot. That's what I believe makes up Dennery.
He basically named them all. I mean, we have smaller portions, but I'm not going to say. I mean, you have places like Newfield, you want to shout out them, right? You have, how do you call it there? Delaide.
People don't know how in Dennery.
How would you think so? Why would you think so?
I'm just saying. I've been to Dennery.
People don't know me.
People don't know
you
me.
can go down.
People don't know you, but you know them.
Oh, you can say that.
I can tell.
Go to Dennery South and ask for Jasmine. You'll hear. That's what's right.
I don't know what I'll find out. But let's keep going. I mean, we have a wonderful constituency that we're talking about on this beautiful Saturday, as well as a wonderful representative in Honorable Edmund Estefan. I can imagine as young persons, you get to work closely with him, you get to interact with him, and you get to see the work that he's done, and you have an idea of the future work that he's going to be doing as well. But I want you to tell me in terms of his focus, what has he really paid attention to? What can you say that he knows this needs to happen and he's been doing it? What has been his focus in the constituency, in your experience?
A number of things. Minister Estefan has been, he's focused on, just to name a few, I would say road rehabilitation, sports, schooling, and the social aspect of the constituency.
Okay.
If you would allow me to expand on just a few points here.
Go ahead.
Let's take, for example, the roads. Quite a few roads have been upgraded. Bolo Bell, for example. Let's take a look at the Waterfall Road. That was in deplorable state for a number of years. And I think farmers can now breathe a sigh of relief that they get to keep some monies in their pockets. When it comes to vehicular maintenance, I mean, people from Dennery know back in the day when you have to go up that road, you have to be dodging potholes and whatnot. So when it comes to suspension parts and whatnot, I mean, farmers could, they could breathe a sigh of relief there. It also gives facilitates ease of access to agricultural lands.
Okay.
Farmers have a way of getting their produce in and out of their farmlands and whatnot.
Right.
That road also leads to two main attractions in Dennery. Tourist attractions, I could say. Well, not mainly tourist attractions because locals use it as well for recreational purposes. But I mean the waterfall and the skyrise. you know. So
you know something, or you know something, and then it's out.
Also, if I may touch on sports, our football field was recently upgraded
okay.
to. I would say, well, I mean, I have to boast it. I have to big it up to,
right,
if not the best field in St. Lucia, you know.
How do they call it that for true? The people from Dennery, that's it.
Well, yeah, man, big up the thing. Lights were erected, proper lighting. I mean, the youths that have to be afraid of kicking a rock. I mean, you could see AstroTurf, anything on the AstroTurf.
Let me tell you, you can see that light from the Bad Hill.
Yeah.
You can see that light from the Bad Hill.
Exactly, it's quite bright. Restrooms, facilities, all of that was put in place. So after a good sweat, you could freshen up, and you know. But mind you, this is being done in Dennery and in Lakai as well. Football fields, upgrading of basketball courts, all of that type of thing.
Okay.
So the social aspect, I would say, we now have a village park. If you want to unwind, I mean, you take a bottle of wine, I mean, and head down there, you talk to a friend, you bring your kids along, there are swings, there are slides, lots of flora and fauna there. I mean, just wind back and just taking everything.
It really does sound like he caters for it all. I mean, I hear you talk about roads for the farmers. I hear you talk about, I mean, and it doesn't affect just farmers, anyone with a vehicle. So at that point you talk about growing. You talk about fields, so you look at the younger children.
Absolutely.
You talk about parks, so you look at the even younger children and the couples and the families. So I can see that we really try in here to cover all grounds.
Absolutely.
And let nobody feel like they're being left out, which is important. I mean, somebody who can do that is somebody who can relate, somebody who can talk, somebody who can listen, which is very important, especially for young people. We always want to know that we're being listened to, and that's the whole reason that we want to have a voice. I mean, Dennery is known for a lot of things. Specifically, you hear fishing, farming, and tourism. You almost get the view that that's the notion. That's what Dennery is known for. How do you feel about that, being known for these things?
I wholeheartedly support that concept because, for instance, if we take a look at one of the distinguishing features of Dennery, which is the Muddy Lookout Point, it was actually featured in one of St. Lucia's tourist attraction ads, which is Let It Inspire You. People don't even have to venture far out to get some great pictures for whatever occasion it may be, weddings, birthdays. I mean, you could just go right up there and do it up there. Not forgetting the waterfall and the sky rides. These attractions annually bring in thousands of tourists, which in return brings in revenue to the community. Tourists usually venture out to patronize the shops and buy souvenirs and all of that.
And really taking the full experience of Dennery stuff.
Yeah. Back in the day when Fish Fiesta was Fish Fiesta, I mean, due to COVID, it's dwindled down a bit, but I mean, after that, I'm sure it will catch up again. But
definitely.
Back in the day, I could say that was one of Dennery's main attractions. You used to see a lot of foreigners out there. Again, patronizing the shops and, you know, the vendors and whatnot. Even way before I was born, I think Dennery was a fishing community.
Definitely.
I've heard people call my mom and say, hey, can you purchase such and such fish for me, that amount, and you know, I'll pass and pick it up. I mean, people from far and wide come to Dennery to buy fish. You know, so yeah, I strongly support that concept, that belief. You know?
Okay, I mean, that's positive. It's one thing to hear about. It's one thing to hear about Dennery from everybody else, but it's another thing to hear about it from the young people in the constituency. I mean, that's different because they'll tell you young people not even interested in a lot of these things, like what making money in Dennery. People don't care about it unless it's making money for them. But here we have you, and we have a lot of other persons, young persons in the constituency, in the community, who understand just how important it is to have an interest in the constituency, have an interest in what's going on. And I mean, much thanks to the Honorable Edmund Estefan in everything that he's doing. You're a young person, and I will want to ask the question to my co-hosts as well. Y'all are young people in Dennery. Not everybody will have the same perspective in terms of knowing what's going on You may see something going on, you may say, well, this benefits me. You may see something, this benefits me. In your experience, in terms of dealing with the minister, what are his plans? I want it from two different perspectives. From you, I want more of an internal, like you deal with him, you work with him, so you know what he wants to do. And from my co-host, more of an external in terms of things you see that have started in the community and you hope that they continue. That's what I'm saying. Either one can go first, you know.
Well, alright, go ahead. I'm going to take the floor.
Alright, so there are a few upcoming projects. One would be the continuation of the flood mitigation project. That is one. Two, the revamping of the Denner Fish Fiesta.
Right.
Also, the fixing of the cricket field. And yes, the park in Lakai. So yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so not to repeat what my
fellow Denry person.
But she basically hit the nail on the head. There's lots of projects to be done. More road rehabilitations. We having the pipeline to put a music studio. Sorry, thank you. A music studio right smack dab in Lakai. As you know, Denry segment is getting to be a big thing now. So I believe.
Yeah, man, it lit.
I believe that's a great initiative, and to put it right smack dab in Denry. Denry segment. Yeah, so that's in the pipeline. I've had the pleasure to know Mr. Estefan on a personal level as well. So I believe he's in tune and. With what he wants to do, and he's a man of integrity, so I believe he will deliver on what he says.
Okay.
So there's a lot to come.
Not to forget, we have our fixing of the seaport and the ICT center as well. So those are just a few.
So, I mean,
out of many.
It sounds like there's some other plans for Denry South to take place.
Very much so.
And there's really only one way to make sure that these plans continue and these plans get done is that to make sure
no change required.
You get it. And that's good. I mean, we young persons, as a young, and I remember we asking our guests from Babano that, how easy do you think it is for the young persons in your constituency, in your community, to reach out to the minister? And not necessarily him directly, but the people around him, his office, in terms of getting ideas across, getting complaints in. How easy do you see that being?
Quite easy, actually. Mr. Estefan's number is reachable to anyone. He has personally told me that anyone, he usually gets calls from numbers he doesn't even know. People reaching out to him with such and such situations and whatnot. And if that's if someone perhaps doesn't know that number, they can reach out to us. We're his second eyes and ears. So
that's good.
So it's quite easy.
That's good.
Just to add to what he's saying, Mr. Edmund Estefan's number is not a secret.
Yeah.
It is not a secret. So let's say he's on a show today, he will call out his number. If you want to reach me, my number is this, that. It's not a problem. Anyone comes to the office, and I'm usually in the office. So anybody comes to the office and we're there, we take the complaints, we forward it to him. He sees what he can do for the persons in the community. Okay. So he's not that difficult to reach. You call him, you don't get in touch with him, he calls you back.
Yeah.
Simple.
And that we can always appreciate that. I mean, in this day and age where having a cell phone is mandatory, we understand he's a busy person with his portfolio and with his profession, but the fact that he's going to take the time to reach back out to young people especially, that's a big deal. I mean, it does look like beautiful things have been happening in Denry South and will continue to happen as long as we put what needs to be done in place. I look forward to the revamping. I look forward to the rejuvenation and everything to go on in I won't say Babano, in Denry South.
Your turn was a few weeks ago. Try and come out.
Fair. But thank you very much. It was a pleasure hearing what's going on down there, and hopefully, if my co-host feeling generous enough, maybe she might invite us over, but she's playing shy these days, but hopefully we'll be seen very soon. Thank you so much for being on the show and for remaining connected. To our listeners and our viewers, I also want to thank you for remaining connected. You heard it yourself in terms of what's going on in Dennery South in the constituency, and you also heard it from a young person. So we know that us young persons in Dennery South are all connected, and we're here to bring you the information and the knowledge just as you're supposed to have it. We'll be back in just a second after a commercial break, where we'll continue with our episode of Connected.
Jintel Ajuda was told on many an occasion that being a farmer was not women's work, or it was not something that young people do. A graduate in business and finance, Jintel found herself longing for more than working just a 9-to-5 in the office. At 25 years old, this young woman from Ancillary is proof that hard work and following your passion, even if it means being on a farm at 4 a.m. harvesting crops, pays off.
My name is Jintel Ajuda. I am 25 years old. In the beginning, I was not encouraged to go into farming. Most persons figure that farming is a man's job, and especially as a young people look down to you. Graduating from the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine, a lot of persons have the misconception that if you went to university, farming is not for you. That's a job for uneducated persons. So no, I was not encouraged. But right now, as persons see that I persevere and I continue and I have the drive and passion, now I get the encouragement from the persons within my community as well as family. In the beginning, I had 1 acre and I grew seasoning peppers alone, but gradually I saw the need to diversify, and currently I have 3 acres. I grow seasoning pepper, broccoli, chives, parsley, celery, beans, you name it. On a harvesting day, I have 3 workers and also friends and family who come to assist. I sell mainly to persons in my community, Ancillary, Marcy, and other small businesses who engage in agro-processing.
Jintel looked at the COVID-19 pandemic, which had impacted the economy, as an opportunity to take on farming full-time. She loves the flexibility of working her own hours and proudly showed us around her farm, explaining that she is currently experimenting with unique crops which traditionally are not grown in St. Lucia.
Well, due to the coronavirus and the effects it had on livelihood in St. Lucia, I saw the opportunity to begin farming. The difference is from working in an office environment and farming, it gives you the opportunity to be your own boss. It also gives you the peace of mind that you can be on your farm planting and enjoying what you do compared to being seated in an office. My interest in farming came from growing up with my father, who is a farmer, seeing how peaceful it was for him and all the benefits that you could have gained from farming.
This young, inspiring woman from Ancillary has also been chosen to be part of St. Lucia's 7-crop program, and her farm will be used to test several varieties of bell peppers.
I am very grateful for the opportunity provided by the Taiwanese government, as they have provided me with the technical support as well as advice from Mr. Wilson and Donovan as well as David Chen.
Jintel is thankful to her family and the government of St. Lucia for all the help she has received.
I am also very grateful for the Ministry of Agriculture for all the subsidies which they have provided me and as a young farmer, and I am greatly thankful for the opportunity to be able to gain fertilizer, potting soil, as well as plastic mulch as a subsidized price. I believe that this is a good initiative which encourages me as a farmer.
And now, this young woman is encouraging other young people to take an interest in agriculture.
Well, my best advice to persons who are looking to go into farming is that you should go ahead and do so. There are many benefits to farming, and that you should not listen to persons' misconceptions. If there is a passion or drive for it, you should go to do so.
Of course, Jinta was letting out no secrets on how her new passion really pays off, but her smile says it all.
Yes, you can make a good living from farming, and I can testify to this. In the future, I hope to be able to take my products from the farm and engage in agro-processing, as well as create more jobs for the community.
And welcome back to Connected. Again, this is your host, Amari Arthur from the Constituency of Barbano. Actually, before we go forward, here is some information that we really think that our young people and I guess everybody listening and viewing should know. We mentioned it last week in terms of our new voter addresses, and a few questions that we have to ask to make sure that people understand exactly what they need to do, what position that they need to be in to ready to vote. I mean, questions like, are you registered? Do you have a valid identification? Did you get married or change your name? Did you change your address? Anything that would affect your ability to vote or affect qualifying you. These are questions that you have to always ask yourself. And right now we have the information. I mean, we displayed it last week. We spoke about it, but we want to just reiterate and bring it to everyone who wasn't there to see it. Sarah, I mean, you can go ahead and present that information.
Okay, no problem. A person shall be qualified to be registered as an elector in an electoral district only if on the qualifying date he or she is a citizen of St. Lucia, a Commonwealth citizen who has resided continuously in St. Lucia for no less than 7 years to date, has attained the age of 18, has resided continuously in the electoral district for a period of at least 2 months preceding the qualifying date. For assistance with registering to vote, please contact 451-4949. Also, requirements to attain the new national identification card, national's birth certificate, national insurance card, which is the NIC card, non-nationals birth certificate, national insurance card, certificate of citizenship from the Ministry of Home Affairs.
I mean, we also have persons who change their name. So what is needed in that case would be your identification card, your national insurance card, the original document showing the change of name, like your birth certificate, marriage certificate, deed poll, or your affidavit. And again, we stressed it a lot last week. We want to stress it. For any assistance at all with registering to vote, you can always contact our number 451-4949. Contact us by email uwp1964@gmail.com or visit the website www.uwpstlucia.com. Even in the case where people have changed their address, what is necessary is your identification card, your national insurance card, a utility bill for the last 3 months prior to application for change, as well as, it is going to be used as proof of address. You need to also note a verification of the residence will be carried out by our verification team. Again, any assistance at all, you know the number to call is 451-4949. You email uwp1964@gmail.com, or you visit www.uwpstlucia.com. We also have the case we know people want to replace their lost identification cards. What you would need is a statutory declaration form signed by a justice of the peace or a notary royal, 2 passport size photos, $5 stamp affixed to the form, as well as $100 a replacement fee to be paid at the Treasury Department. And I can't stress it, any assistance at all, and I mean anything. You're not sure if anything that you see on screen, or that you are not sure if anything that I just said, please feel free to reach out to 451-4949. Visit us uwp.stlucia.com or email us at uwp1964@gmail.com. Please just reach out. We actually have a prize to give out, and we mentioned it last week. I guess since no one want what we have to give, we're going to be offering it again this week. On our very first episode, we interviewed. I said that earlier, so whoever's listening to this episode should know the answer as well. But on our very first episode, we interviewed a young man. If you know the young person's name and the constituency that they represented, please give us a call, and you will win a prize of a $50 gift voucher from Gigi's Creation. Now, I suspect some people already know about Gigi's Creation, and it seems like they're popular, so everybody have what they have to offer already. But please, for a $50 voucher, give us a call, and you will win that prize.
So now we have to be begging people for prizes?
Begging? When they start calling, I'll give you right to answer the phone. Okay, so let us go on to our next constituency hype. Right now in the building, we have a gentleman from the constituency. You know what? I don't even have to say too much. I'm going to let this person take the lead, introduce himself, tell you where he's from, and tell you exactly what he came to do here. Please go ahead, sir.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Siobhan Antoine. I'm from the constituency of Ancillary Canaries. I am the attaché to Minister Dominic Fede, and I think this is a well-known face around the constituency because I've been there quite a lot. I'm excited to be here with the Youth on Connected, and thank you guys for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I mean, you starting to sound like him a little too, I have to tell you. But imagine, he said his name, and to me I could hear people outside the door, so let's rush to get him out of here as quickly as possible before his fans and his entourage come ahead. I mean, you said your position, you said your name, but I want to go just a little deeper into your role. What's your role in the constituency?
Okay, well, in the constituency of Ancillary, and as the attaché to the minister, my job entails ensuring that the persons and constituents of Ancillary are facilitated with getting access to government programs and government services as well. The role also entails shadowing the minister and ensuring that the agenda that he puts forth every month for myself and others is executed. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's basically the gist of it.
That was a great description. Go ahead.
Okay, so question number 2, can you give us an idea of some of the communities that make up your constituency?
I could not be prouder. I could not be prouder. Let me start from the top. Yeah. We have Techime, that is the home of Curtly, Jennifer, and quite a few of my friends, Curtius, etc. So, and then going down through Millet, you have an area called Bonpon, and higher up is Venus. Big up to the people up there. And you have Kaiko Millet, then you go further down to Derando, and then to Vanna. And from Vanna you get to Mondor, and if you go there, you take a right. No, sorry, that would be a left into Jacknell, and to my home community of Boaden, and then Monsiso. Then you have the community of Roseau, the people of Masqui and Otavo, Ancillary Village, especially T-Book, which is a place I love so much. And you have the community of Chalon, and then you get down to Ancillary near Canaries, and then you go to the Canaries village, where some of my best friends are in the world, and you have Belvedere Canaries, which is the final one going down to Soufrière. Yeah, so those are the places.
And let me tell you, you can tell you them from the start to the end.
Yeah, that's his constituency. That's definitely his constituency.
And
no,
about 15 of them.
I can say Minister Fady knows them quite as well.
And you don't like, he stand to son, like too much rubbing.
I don't think so.
Too much rubbing.
I mean, that's good. That's good.
When you have to listen to somebody day in, day out, you start sounding like them a little bit at least.
I think that's the issue.
Yeah. I can imagine the two of them having these rich white laughs.
This is ridiculous.
But I mean, it's beautiful to see that you all have a connection. It's obvious in your constituency, and you've really taken an interest in it just as much as we know that he has.
Well,
so yeah. I'm very proud to hear this. I'm very proud the energy that you brought to us there. It makes me almost want to go visit and make sure you mention every single community.
Right afterwards, we heading down there.
I'm glad you said we. But I want you to let me know. I mean, you're somebody who's been working closely with the minister. You've been in and out of the constituency and the community with him. What has been his focus?
Well, I can say definitely his focus has been on growth in various areas, especially working with youth in particular, but also in getting Ancillary and the infrastructure that Ancillary needs to become a hub for tourism activity in place. I think that was his strength coming into the constituency, and he's very focused on getting people employed rather than doing handouts.
Right.
So his focus has been putting in the sort of infrastructure that the communities need so that they can succeed going forward. Would you like some examples?
Oh, of course, go ahead.
Okay, for example, he has done quite a bit to try to transform some of the former community centers into human resource development centers. And also, we are currently undertaking the village tourism program in Ancillary, which is a very exciting endeavor. And I think that is something to be very proud of. There's a new health center being built as well. The road network has never been better, and I challenge anybody to see different on this one, on this point. And and getting the sports infrastructure right was kind of difficult because Canaries was left in a sort of mess from the last administration, and that was corrected. And also Jackmill is well on the way, and I think they're installing lights at Jackmill as we speak.
That's good. I mean, we can see that he's trying to touch all sectors, all levels of infrastructure. What's about farming in the two?
Oh, definitely. For farming in particular, Roseau Valley actually has the most acreage of farmland in St. Lucia.
Okay.
That is interesting to note.
Now I'm from Barbano, so.
Yeah, I tell you, we beat you guys out by quite a bit, especially going up to millet. The farmers, I think that we've done quite a good job by them in terms of Ministry of Agriculture as well. But in terms of farming in particular, I would say that we've improved on some of the roads and the drainage, which is what farmers have been asking for. I think recently there was a water tank drive where some water tanks were made available to the farmers.
Right.
And Minister has always supported the farmers through raising his own initiatives of helping them with getting supplies.
Okay. And we can see that he does a lot for his, not just young persons, but older persons as well.
Yeah.
I mean, when we speak about farming, fortunately, just like the ad that there's a lot of younger persons getting involved into it. And it's because these things are becoming easier and more accessible. These things the opportunity is now there where people have to not be trapped in farming, but it's a choice where people want to take part in it.
Exactly.
And I can see that he's doing great work for that in his constituency.
I must say.
I mean, go
I must say.
Sure. I mean, I don't want to say that I'm a little lost for words, but I've had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Fady.
Yeah, he's quite impressive.
He is. I mean, you know when you speak to somebody that know what they're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, I get that from him every single time. Like I can speak to him and I can have a confident conversation with him. I can say if this person is going to tell me they're going to do this, it's going to follow through. I remember he did say one thing he wants, he always found it important to have young people involved in everything that you do. He has said that from the beginning. It's good to see that I mean, you are a product of that.
I am living proof.
Yes, you are a product of that. So it makes me happy to see these things. But specifically for young persons, what are the plans, what are the programs that have been implemented that directly affect young people?
Okay, well that one, I'm very excited to speak about this because I was part and parcel with helping him accomplish certain things. And one of them that we're particularly proud of is the training programs that he has implemented. Now, we did a training program with Monroe College and we educated over 100 students. Some of them had not completed because COVID came around and then the classroom had to break down because of numbers, social distancing, and it hasn't gotten underway as yet. But some students graduated and a lot of them found jobs in the sector, the tourism sector in particular. We had begun a culinary arts program as well, which was supposed to commence April 2020, and you guys know what happened then. Yeah. And right now, he has actively throughout the 5 years tried to place young persons in jobs, encourage them to apply to various hotels, and I think we've done over 200 persons employed. Some of them have not kept the jobs because the tourism sector fell apart for a while. Some of them are now at call centers all over the place. Yeah, so he has focused on getting jobs to young people and assisting with their education. I think he does quite a few scholarships per year, on average maybe 40 small scholarships for students who go to SAAFA, persons who want to go to further their studies at university. He's been helping with that as well.
Okay.
So not just tourism, agriculture. Our youth are woven in everything in Ancillary Cannery.
That's right.
Beautiful, very beautiful.
That word specifically because I mean we had Babino talk about beautification, we had Denry talk about beautification. We can see the constituency transforming, not just becoming more advanced, but just naturally becoming more eye-catching.
Yeah.
And I see that in Ancillary Canneries as well, but I want you to speak on these things, because I hear people talking about it. But I mean, from the constituency yourself, what's your take on it?
Well, coming from Jackmel, when I come into Jackmel, because there's a road that goes right past the school, the Rosa Combined School, and then when before, you used to drive in and you would see to your right, you would see a swamp, and to your left, you would see a dilapidated early childhood education center. There is a new education center that was built to the tune of about $2.1 million. I would like to thank SSDF and the efforts that they made in getting this done. And I would say that it has changed dramatically. If you had not lived in the community a while and you came into Jackmel, you would not recognize the amount of changes that occurred.
Right.
Coming from the Rosa Combined School, the Jackmel playing field, the new preschool, and I think we're just about to do some renovations on the Jackmel Community Center as well.
I mean, work is being done constantly. Work has been done, and work will continue to be done. I mean, that's great. That's great. But specifically that upcoming programs, upcoming ideas, upcoming plans.
Right. Now, as it relates to upcoming programs, I think what we're going to focus on is more of the training, and we want to do more vocational training in the future, which is going to be our focus moving forward, because we come from an area where there's a high rate of unemployment, sadly, and that is one of the key things that we need to address in the area if we're going to solve the other social ills, such as teenage pregnancy, crime, etc. And moving forward, that's where we're going to focus, helping people get to jobs, because nothing empowers a young person more than having a job. The other thing that we want to do is continue with the business infrastructure. Minister has spoken about putting in a small industrial park so that businesses can come in and manufacture in Ancillary, so that will make more jobs accessible to the people. He's also spoken about continuing the beach villages. I think there was one at Toulanger, and that was quite successful for a while, before COVID obviously. So we need to continue more of that. The village tourism program, project, is is a great hit in Ancillary. I think you guys should see the rendition sometime of how it's going to look. It is very impressive, and it's going to transform Ancillary permanently.
Strong word.
Yeah, and as it relates to canneries, the Village Tourism Program, although it has not gotten underway there because it started off in Ancillary, it is moving to canneries, and there is also a vision for canneries. There are already drawings and plans in place for canneries, and it's going to transform the waterfront of canneries as well and create jobs for the persons in canneries because they are geographically isolated in a sense.
Okay.
And I'm glad that we recognize that.
Yeah.
And something has been done, is being done, and will be done about that. That's important.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
I mean, I want you to speak openly in terms of to the young persons from your constituency, not just on what has been done, but in terms of in terms of the man that you're dealing with, the man that you deal with on almost a daily basis. A lot of people don't have the contact with him that you do.
Yeah.
A lot of people cannot relate to him the way you do. But I want you to give your idea of this man, because from outside we hear what he's been doing. We hear the lives that he's touched and the lives that he's impacted. But I want you to give your
personal take.
Right, to the young persons in your constituency.
Well, I would say to the young people of constituency, nobody has your back like Dominic does. Dominic has been with me personally for thick and thin. We've had our differences, but he has always stood right next to me, and I've always stood right next to him. And he is somebody you can rely on, and especially in terms of integrity and honesty, he is up there with the best. And I know that we're in an election cycle and people have to make a decision, but I implore them to make the right decision and continue along the path that we've chosen to take from last election and continue to see the progress that Dominic Fede brings to Ancillary Canneries.
That's right, 5 more years, no change required.
No change required.
And you definitely heard it here. Work being done in Ancillary, work to be done in Ancillary Canneries. I mean, some positive remarks on Mr. Dominic Fede.
And honestly, it's been a pleasure to have this conversation. It's been enlightening as well as it's been very fulfilling. I'm pretty sure our viewers and our listeners can feel the same, and they can feel, if they were not already confident in the representation that they have and that they're going to continue to have as long as we continue to put our best foot forward. So again, I want to thank you so much for basically just coming and doing exactly what you have to do here on Connected.
It was an absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much. Now to our viewers and our listeners, again remember the question that I asked: who was the first guest that we had and what constituency did he or she come from? If you can call in, there is a $50 gift prize waiting for you, and you can always call in or message. The number to message is to WhatsApp actually, since we're talking about young persons, no way to do text messages again. 4850931. You can always send your answers in via that platform or even reach out to us. We're just going to step out for a little while to go to a commercial break, but we'll be right back with Connected. Please stay tuned. at a commercial break.
G6 Production.
And just a reminder for tonight, remember it's Father's Day Bingo tonight here on the 19th of June at 7 o'clock. For all you guys still looking for that last minute Father's Day gift, I mean, take a chance with the bingo, or even reward him with a card for bingo. It's $10 for one card, 3 for 20, and you can also buy your raffle tickets. It's $2 for 5. That's going on tonight at the Constituency at Sky FM, the party headquarters. You can also get your tickets from all of our show hosts and our. Okay, it seems like we have a call. Hello? Okay, seems like we lost that caller. But yes, we also on screen we have exactly how you play. You tune into GVD TV channel 115 or Sky FM 93.1, or follow us live on Facebook. You call 456-5911 when you bingo or when you win a raffle. Provide a proof of winning bingo cards or raffle tickets by sending a WhatsApp picture. Also, details for collection of prize will be given, and remember to keep your tickets for the next game. Also, next week Sunday, the 25th of June, we have our barbecue, our grab and go, brought to you by the women's arm of the United Workers Party. Friday, June 25th. It's chicken $12, it's fish and pork for $15. Drinks will be on sale, located at the Colony House, John Compton Highway.
G6 Production.
Again, just putting it out there that our Father's Day Bingo is on tonight at 7 o'clock. Is on tomorrow night, sorry, at 7 o'clock.
G6 Production.
I'm pretty sure you guys can see the screen, right? Father's Day Bingo Bash, 19th June, 7 o'clock. One ticket, $10. Three tickets, $20. As well as a 2 for 5 raffle tickets going on for our Father's Day special. And again, how to play for our Flubbo Fun Fest. Tune into GVT TV channel 115, Sky FM 93.1, or follow us live on Facebook. Remember, you calling into 456-5911 when you bingo or when you win a raffle. All you have to do is provide proof of winning bingo cards or your raffle tickets by sending a WhatsApp picture. Details for a collection of prizes will be given, and remember to keep your tickets for the next game. Also, we want to just promote our barbecue grab and go on the Friday the 25th of June outside the Sky FM studios. 2 p.m. onwards, drinks will be on sale located at the Colony House and John Compton Highway. You can get your chicken meals for $12 as well as your fish and pork for $15 plus more. Okay, and welcome. Okay, and welcome back to Connected. I'm your host again, Amari Arthur, and I'm here with my co-host,
Saraya. Hi.
People have been calling, complaining, saying they're not hearing enough from you and they're tired of hearing my voice. So, I mean,
so now you're just exaggerating.
I'm just reporting to what people calling in and see. But as we usually do, I mean, for those of you who have been tuning with us for the past few weeks, we always have a WhatsApp Chronicle, and it's basically a young person who chimes in, either they call or either they email or maybe they even WhatsApp, and just gives us a topic or give us an issue that they have that we get to discuss here on the show. Now, today we have a WhatsApp Chronicle from a young man. I can read it out for you guys. No, they complain they're not hearing your name, your voice enough, so you can go ahead and read.
Alright, so our WhatsApp Chronicle. As a young man, my parents always spoke to me about the green gold time and how great life could have been, if we had agriculture as our main industry. But it was only during COVID-19 that I saw how beneficial this could be to us as a people. I do understand that things have been put in place for agriculture, and I don't disregard tourism. What I'm most interested in knowing is how we can form a bond between these two industries, that they interrelate while strengthening and supporting each other to increase the quality of life for the current and new generation to come.
Okay, just give us 1 second. It seems like we have a call coming in. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Connected.
Hello, what time the bingo is calling?
Hello, excuse me, could you repeat that?
The bingo, when it's calling today?
Yes,
That's
bingo is today at
7 o'clock.
Oh, okay, all right, thank you.
You're welcome. I wonder if she noticed she called us on video. And we just seen all of her business. I'm sorry I disturbed your WhatsApp Chronicle that you're reading, but go ahead and read it again, so as people are not confused as to what we're talking about.
Okay. So again, our WhatsApp Chronicle. As a young man, my parents always spoke to me about the green gold time and how great life could have been if we had agriculture as our main industry. But it was only during the COVID-19 pandemic that I saw how beneficial this could be to us as a people. I do understand that things have been put in place for agriculture, and I don't disregard tourism. What I am most interested in knowing is how we can form a bond between these two industries, that they interrelate while strengthening and supporting each other to increase the quality of life for the current and new generation to come.
Okay. That's a lot of question, but it shows interest. That's important.
I mean, I agree. I mean, we're not just trying to have tourism on its own. Remember, during COVID, tourism was on an all-time low. So with agriculture, we had to use that, try and feed our country whilst the country was closed. We had no food coming in, so we had to use our resources around us, our farming land, to be able to, bring in an income. So, I mean, shouldn't be too difficult.
Yeah, I believe that everything has a reason for its happenings.
That's true.
I mean, we started off with agriculture and we moved into tourism. What people don't realize is we didn't really move away from agriculture. We cannot move away from agriculture. We're talking about literally growing food and sustaining ourselves. But what COVID did is COVID really showed us that, hey, this is where we come from, this is what we know, this is what we do, and this is going to be here no matter what else goes down. Which is, I mean, it's very important. It's a known fact that thousands of people have been employed in the hospitality industry, and that is not only limited to hotel workers. However, that includes taxi drivers, craft vendors, artists, all these people. So you can see these people were affected. I want to read directly here, because I wanted to start looking at the rebranding of St. Lucia by the Ministry of Tourism under the UWP administration, from St. Lucia Simply Beautiful to Let Her Inspire You. And I mean, she didn't just start inspiring me, but it's beautiful that we recognize that we draw inspiration from this place that we call home, this tiny little rock that has given us so much, and we have to always be grateful for. I mean, it's something that we continuously have to always recognize.
True. I mean, for the first time in St. Lucia, and I'm just going to continue reading what you started. For the first time in St. Lucia's history, we have recorded over 400,000 stayover arrivals, an increase of about 7.1% per year to date. And that was from a 2019 article. This extraordinary performance topped off an already successful year for our destination, which also saw us winning the world-leading honeymoon destination for a record 11th time.
Yeah, 11 times. Not once, not twice. 11 times. So it's not like we don't see the benefit, the impact or the result from tourism being important. 11-time winner, that doesn't lie. I believe that as much as it was impacted by COVID and everything that happened, it still showed us the value, because the fact that so many people were affected means it had a big impact in the first place. And now that it was reduced, now that it was affected, now that it was turned down a little, people are feeling the effects of it. So we cannot say that it had nothing to do with St. Lucia, or it is something that was not important to St. Lucia, I should say, because COVID was worldwide. COVID was not just St. Lucia.
Right.
COVID was worldwide. Everybody felt the effects. Everybody knew or had an idea as to what was going on. And we were impacted on a world level as well, because our tourists that come in, they come in from all over.
That's right.
So we know just how important tourism is to our country. We see the effects. We don't want to play it no mind. We appreciate that so many people are employed, that so many people have a form of income because of it. And we're going to continue. I believe that we should continue appreciating it, continue to do it as much as possible to benefit St. Lucia, to promote St. Lucia, to market St. Lucia, but mostly just to benefit St. Lucia. I mean, we had other achievements, and they need to be said. Record tourism arrivals in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. Right. Achieving the world's leading honeymoon destination for 4 years in a row. Expanding the berthing for cruise ships at Point Seraphine. Creating the St. Lucia Summer Festival. Introducing the Village Tourism Initiative in Soufrière, Ancillary and Grosley. Creating the St. Lucia Tourism Authority. Partnering with the private sector to establish the Ancillary Beach Park. Significantly increasing elephants to St. Lucia, and on and on and on. I mean, the thing about tourism is a lot to do with numbers.
Sure.
It's not much to do with well, this was said or this was no. It has to do with bare numbers. The people coming in, the time, the length of time that they spend here, the money that they spend here. It has to do with a lot of numbers. So we can always list facts about what we did, unquestionable, non-debatable facts. And St. Lucia has been performing under our administration.
That's true.
St. Lucia really has been performing.
And we go back and we see the intertwining of agriculture and tourism, where you have farmers, our farmers here, selling to hotels, even as tourism went down and we had people quarantining here. at our hotels, that food was being bought from our farmers to be able to sustain those people in quarantine. So that food from the agriculture sector did not just go to waste.
Right. I mean, and we still had some people still being gainfully employed. We look at the security guards, the farmers, the construction workers. These people are still tied to the, tied to the tourism industry. And as much as their industry was affected, they still managed to continue going. They still managed to keep employment.
That's right.
I mean, it was the opportune time for our hoteliers who decide, you know what, we have to close right now. Let's do the repairs. Let's do the renovations. People are still going to be employed because they're still going to need people to do these jobs and to do the work. And we have to be grateful for that on a even different level. I mean, the fact that we can continue to say that not everyone in the sector did negatively lose, or I should say definitely lose their job. There was still income, there was still money for persons, and we do understand that some people were affected, some people did lose their jobs. But again, it's something that happened worldwide. It was not St. Lucia, it was not our isolated incident. It's something that we had no idea was going to happen, and it was very hard to plan and protect ourselves for it. Though we understand just how volatile the industry is, and we have not only a minister but a government who understands the importance as well, and they're going to continuously put in the effort and see it through.
That's right. And we're not just putting infrastructure for agriculture, for tourism, but for agriculture as well. We have feeder roads to agricultural lands and all of these things happening. So we're investing in both sectors to be able to reap the benefits, and so that they can continue to intertwine and for us to, as a country, become better in not just one but both.
Yeah, I mean, infrastructure will always have its benefit when it comes to our roads, our agriculture, our agricultural land to become accessible to persons. I'm just glad that there are more than one avenues, more than one things that people can do to find themselves income, to keep themselves occupied, to be able to feed their families. But we really need to show this young man who sent us that message exactly how we're going to tie in agriculture and tourism. It's something we need to really dive into and see the mechanics of it and exactly how it works. But for now, let us take a break. I hope you're ready for this discussion that we're going to have, because it's going to be an intense one. I can also say that the phones have been ringing. I'm very happy to say that. Please, can people continue to call in, continue to send your messages, let us know what's going on, chime into our conversation and give your views and your input. We will be right back with Connected, and when we do return, we want to hear as many people as possible on this very interesting topic, as many young persons also, on what they have to say about it and what they see or what they think can be done. Stay tuned.
Join the United Workers' Party and the Flubbo family for another in the series of live Flubbo forums this Sunday, 13th June at 7 p.m. Join us live on DBS, Hot FM, GBD TV, Sky Radio, Prime Minister's Facebook page, United Workers' Party Facebook page. See you there.
Working out together as one.
The character of our country tomorrow depends on the extent to which our young people are equipped to assume the mantle of responsibility. To place emphasis on the youth is to articulate an act of faith in a better tomorrow for our people. The late Louis George, Education Minister. It is my responsibility to tell the stories and to relate the realities of substance, leadership, and perseverance, bringing you the evidence of good governance, transforming lives, the literature and principles, performance, importance, and brilliance of the United Workers' Party. I am Diana Williams, and this is the UWP Working for You.
PAX is the agent for Caribbean Line, which offers an effective alternative for global integrative of transport logistics from Sheerness, UK to Vieux-Fort St. Lucia in shipping, documentation, administrative procedure, loading and unloading operations. We also offer courier, small package service, customs brokerage, ship agency, freight forwarder, consolidator, and accounting services. Visit them today on New Dock Road, Vieux-Fort, or call 4541-200 or 7198837. PAX is effective, efficient, and reliable. PAX is the agent for Caribbean Line, which offers an effective alternative for global integrative of transport logistics from Sheerness, UK to Vieux-Fort St. Lucia in shipping, documentation, administrative procedure, loading and unloading operations. We also offer courier, small package service, customs brokerage, ship agency, freight forwarder, consolidator, and accounting services. Visit them today on New Dock Road, Vieux-Fort, or call 4541-200 or 7198837. PAX is effective, efficient, and reliable.
Real estate transactions are now made easy. Whether buying, selling, or renting residential, commercial, industrial, agricultural, or touristic property, we offer the best deals in real estate transactions with professional support, including valuation, material sourcing, and construction. Contact Ed Harris and Associates, your courteous and efficient real estate agents. Call 485-1456 or email caribbiz@gmail.com.
Do you need to copy or print your document? Are you in need of insurance? Are you looking for office stationery? Stop. Yes, LMP Services on Clark Lane, Vieux-Fort has all the services you need. They open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Or call 454-8757 or 721-8757 for affordable rates, reliable and effective customer service with a difference.
Ernesto's Auto Parts, located on the Labrie-Vieux-Fort Highway, is your place for auto parts. We have suspension parts, mounts, brakes, shocks, and so much more.
We specialize in accessories like mats, batteries, horns, lubricants, and much more. We're open from Mondays to Saturdays from 8 to 5 and Sundays on most holidays from 8 to 1.
L'opui, Ernesto vai depois.
What do you need to transport? Call the hauler. At M&E's Trucking, we offer a wide range of services island-wide, from containerized movement, flatbed service, and lowboy transfers. We're located at Beanfield, Vieux-Fort. Our skillful professional drivers are ready to serve you. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram or email us at vibration711@gmail.com. Call us at 488-1000. We're ready to serve you. M&E's Trucking Service, a powerhouse ready to haul.
Okay, and welcome back to Connected. We were just speaking on our WhatsApp chronicle that we got, really highlighting the tourism sector as well as the agricultural sector. I mean, we want people to understand that, and I guess maybe people have forgotten that tourism really did exist before all this COVID and before everything that has been going on. And it was a really big part of St. Lucia's economy. Like I mentioned earlier, we had activities like our summer festival, and it was really in response to the complaints that too much money was being pumped into jazz, the jazz festival, I should say. And we were able to take it and to really spread it and do all of that thing where we could use our money in a better light and thus focus on our biggest tourism attraction, which is Carnival.
Right.
And St. Lucians can appreciate Carnival. I'm 100% sure St. Lucians can appreciate Carnival. But do St. Lucians understand how much outsiders also appreciate our Carnival? And that's why it's such a big tourism driver, because it's an expression of culture, it's an expression of color, and persons want to partake in that. People want a little bit of experience when it comes to that, and they pay the money. They come to our beautiful island and they take part in our activities.
They do.
It is important, and it's been happening long before COVID, long before this year, last year. And it's something that hopefully will continue happening so people can continuously participate in our culture and benefit the country while doing so. So we always have to understand and show just the importance of tourism. I mean, we've gotten these accolades and we've gotten these awards for good reason, and we've ventured so deeply into it and invested so much into it. Is because we understand, and I mean we in terms of our government understands that it is important. It has been important, and it will continue to be important.
And just as you see this, I want to just say that our Prime Minister in particular has the foresight, and this is why he saw that jazz specifically was, like he said, on Thursday night, if you guys were looking at youth empowerment, he explained it. He said jazz had outlived its time, so what he did is made a summer festival to just assist in bringing tourism, making it something big for us, using our carnival, also our Journée Creole as well. You see, Journée Creole is becoming such a big thing. When October comes and everybody is out there, you know, you have it all over the island instead of just a few of them. So the summer festival money is spread throughout. You still do have a jazz festival, or if you want to call it a music festival, with all your different roots and soul and all of these things. So it's there. We just needed to brand it and make it bigger and better, to attract more tourists. He also stated that our carnival is, or may just be, the biggest carnival during the summer. So doing that actually helped, and like you said, it started before COVID, not only as COVID hit that we actually have tourism. So yeah.
I mean, that was a perfect way to say it. I mean, we currently stand to date. Our tourism sector is growing. It's reopening rapidly, and you can correct me, but I think we're now at 81% of the U.S. market.
That's right. June 2021.
81% of the U.S. market. So we can see that although we were affected by the global pandemic, we are picking up, and we're picking up rather nicely.
Very nice.
And we have to give kudos and praise to our tourism minister. I mean, he's been working honestly not just on a constituency level, but on a literally international level.
That's right.
To afford St. Lucia everything that he has been part of and been able to bring home to us. I think that he's been doing a wonderful job. We can say that he was affected so much because of the pandemic and because of his ministry, that he had the biggest job. I mean, not taking anything away from the Prime Minister, but in terms of revamping his ministry, his responsibility, he had to step up. He had to do what I'm pretty sure no other person right now could have done in a better position than him. I honestly believe that he stepped up and he did it. We're reaping the rewards as St. Lucians. St. Lucia itself is reaping the benefits of it. And kudos to our tourism minister.
Definitely, and I must say what you just said there is very good news. That our tourism industry is really opening little by little to bring us back with our hotel sector, bringing people in, and
because I think we're expecting about 10,000 staff to re-enter work because of the opening hotels and everything being done. So that's great.
It is.
And that stands to as our inspirational quote for today. That it may look bad today, it may be worse tomorrow, but there is a light at the end of that tunnel.
There is.
We could only imagine what the persons who lose their job have to go through, and the scare for them, the fear that they lived in, knowing that I cannot work. But 10,000 people going back into work is progress. It's beautiful. I'm happy to say it. That maybe we might be getting closer to that light. Everything might be returning to normalcy, and our tourism sector will continue to be the model that it is.
That's right. And most likely in a few months we will see St. Lucia reopen fully, and things just become as good, even better than it will be for COVID.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it. I remember when hotels were opening back up, and the list of job opportunities that they had open, bartenders, or whatever it may be. And then imagine being in that situation. You hear people saying they're looking for work, they're looking for job, and then you have this hotel dropping that they're willing to hire for 30 different positions.
That's right.
That's a spark, and that's a step in the right direction. I'm glad that St. Lucia is catching back up and that we're catching our footing again. And
that also means that our unemployment rate goes all the way back down. So that's great news. Great news.
Now, I mean, we appreciate it and we understand the impact of tourism and the benefits that it has to our country, especially to St. Lucia. I mean, what we go by now is let her inspire you. We have to do the same. We cannot just be laid back. We have to continue shining. We have to continue moving forward. Whatever steps that we took, we need to take these steps back forward and continue to walk. But again, like I said, we're not going to forget what St. Lucia had before and what St. Lucia has never lost. We need to really take this and bring it home, tied to our agricultural sector, and show why these two industries are not competing. They are not. It's not one or the other. We live off both, and it's important that we recognize we do. And you hear persons say, no, we need to stop and focus on this, stop this and focus on this. But we have a ministry, we have a government who can do both. I mean, I can speak for our Minister of Agriculture. We heard it today for our Minister of Tourism.
Right.
These are both people who are out there working, and I don't think either one of them is going to let the other outshine them. As ministers, as men, these people understand exactly how important their ministries are, and one of them is not going to say you shine and I'll take a back seat. No, we have two amazing working men in these positions, and I believe that we will be just fine as long as people understand that these ministries are not competing. They are hand in hand, and they are to the benefit of St. Lucia. Agriculture, I mean, I want people to really take the time to understand. We have hotels, right? We have persons working at these hotels. We have tourists that we feed on a daily basis at these hotels.
That's right.
That speaks for itself.
It does.
The fact that we have to feed these people, we need to feed them from somewhere.
That's right. And a lot of the time they come here and they want our local cuisines, whatever we produce, our spices, and this is what they want to taste. They don't come here, for the usual what they get over in their country. They want to taste what we have to offer.
Exactly.
So things like maybe some of them like the aquas, they come here for our pitons, pythons, pitons, as they pronounce it, so that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you said it perfectly. They don't come for what they can already find at home.
That's right.
Just like Carnival, they come for our culture. They come for what we have to offer them that is exclusive to us. Our dishes, our fruits, our vegetables, our foods. Even though sometimes it's not the ones that they can pronounce, but they look forward to it. They honestly they look forward to it, and it's most of them is at the top of their list. They come here to taste our food. They come here to see exactly what we have to offer. What's so different? What's so special about this beautiful island of St. Lucia? And food is at the top of the list, and that is not possible without our agricultural sector.
Well, I agree with them, especially the foodies. When you see they come here for the fish and stuff like that, you know, the dorados and all of those things. With our local spices, when you mix that up, you get something totally different from their usual. So yes, tourism is intertwined with agriculture, fishing, whatever you want to call it.
And
it's there.
You're right. And when we speak of agriculture, we don't just speak of food. As I'm thinking about it, the decor, the decorations being used, the artifacts, the products being put on display, all of that falls in our agricultural sector, and it's what makes St. Lucia. Whether it be in the hotels, whether it be on the market side, whether it be walking on the streets, these people get to see and experience these things. They get to take it home. That's a little part of our culture, but it's also a benefit for our agricultural sector directly.
Alright, so things like our flora, fauna, when you go to the botanical gardens, you see all those different types of flowers, and you know, you take these, you make bouquets, whether it be for weddings or whatever activities that they have, right? So things like that. So you don't usually get those things or those flowers over on their end.
Okay.
And so
you're right. But we have to actually get back to this man's question in terms of young persons directly and really bring it home, which we will do after a little commercial break. We'll be back to finish off our question, finish off our discussion, and hopefully we can get some calls in from our viewers and our listeners and tell us exactly what they think, how important they see these two industries and how it's being handled in our country. But for now, give us 1 second. We'll be back in just a minute with Connected.
Join the United Workers' Party and the Flubbo family for another in the series of live Flubbo forums this Sunday, 13th June at 7 p.m. Join us live on DBS, Hot FM, GVD TV, Sky Radio, Prime Minister's Facebook page, United Workers' Party Facebook page. See you.
Working out together as one.
PAX is the agent for Caribbean Line, which offers an effective alternative for global integrative of transport logistics from Sheerness, UK to Vieux-Fort St. Lucia in shipping, documentation, administrative procedure, loading and unloading operations. We also offer courier, small package service, customs brokerage, ship agency, freight forwarder, consolidator, and accounting services. Visit them today on New Dock Road, Vieux-Fort, or call 454-1200 or 7198837. PAX is effective, efficient, and reliable.
Shall you come and play with us, sir?
No, I don't want to play.
Why?
You know, my uncle died and I can't even go to the funeral. I just don't want to play.
But DVD have us luck. DVD have it on TV and online. You can even watch it on your phone.
That's true. Let's go and watch it now.
In keeping with the social distancing of COVID-19, GVD TV channel 115 has now added television broadcast to its online coverage of funerals. COVID-19 is not a friend, it's not a citizen, and it's definitely not a family member. Call GVD TV at 726-9914 or 722-6542 to make arrangements for funeral services online and television viewing from the church to the cemetery.
Real estate transactions are now made easy. Whether buying, selling, or renting residential, commercial, industrial, agricultural, or touristic property, we offer the best deals in real estate transactions with professional support, including valuation, material sourcing, and construction. Contact Ed Harris and Associates, your courteous and efficient real estate agents. Call 485-1456 or email carrotbiz@gmail.com.
Parts. We have suspension parts, mounts, brakes, shocks, and so much more.
We specialize in accessories like mats, batteries, horns, lubricants, and much more. We're open from Mondays to Saturdays from 8 to 5 and Sundays on most holidays from 8 to 1.
L'opui, and let's look at deep you.
What do you need to transport? Call the hauler. At M&E's Trucking, we offer a wide range of services island-wide. From containerized movement, flatbed service, and lowboy transfers. We're located at Beanfield View Fort. Our skillful professional drivers are ready to serve you. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram or email us at vibration711@gmail.com. Call us at 488-1000. We're ready to serve you. M&E's Trucking Service, a powerhouse ready to haul.
The United Workers' Party working for you. Welcome to Dennery. Welcome to the Lion's Den. Welcome to Flabo territory. Welcome to Este City. We're here with the beautiful soul, one of the gems of Dennery, one of my favorites, Miss Leola St. Clair. So, Miss St. Clair, tell me, what has Edmond Estefan done for the community of Dennery South?
Edmond Estefan has done so much that it's difficult to bring all of it in this short interview, seriously. Because from the time he's been our rep, he's transformed Dennery. People don't walk in mud anymore because everywhere you go, there's either a road like this one I'm standing on, or a footpath or steps to go to your home.
Again, welcome to the beautiful Lion's Den, Dennery South. And today we happen to have the tiger in the Lion's Den, Mr. Cox. So, Tiger, can you tell us, what has Edmond Estefan done for Dennery South?
Well, Edmond Estefan has done a lot for Dennery South. And this road we're standing right now there, it takes about 6 decades. And I could remember, okay, when Labour started that about 6-7 decades ago, they keep promising the people it was mud, pigs and everything. They keep promising the people, it was never done, okay? And several, I could go over and over, Hospital Road, Lapet Road, highway, different projects Estefan had been doing for the people of Dennery. Estefan is for the people of Dennery.
We're here with Mr. Bernard Mothra, better known as BJ, one of my village G's. So, BJ is going to tell us what Edmond Estefan has done in the community.
Oh my God, I have so many things to say. Firstly, where I'm standing right now, watch where we're standing. In Dennery Village, where something we never had in life. If you could see right there, you could see the stands there, okay? It's coming soon, alright?
Oh, what's happening there?
Well, this area there, they're supposed to cast that here. So when you pass in there, you will not fall long. These have to pave here. They have to cast that thing there. It's supposed to complete the fence. So then we will lock down here the fence. When you're inside there, you could stay there, and no dogs can come by you. And I thank you so much as Edmund Estefan, on even Mr. Alan Chasney. Yes, I thank you. Yes, okay, where I'm standing there, I've never voted for y'all, but this year, y'all have me. Yes, y'all have me.
There you have it. We actually have a newcomer endorsing Edmund Estefan, endorsing Honorable Alan Chasney, endorsing the United Workers' Party. This is the United Workers' Party working for you. Welcome to Dennery. Welcome to the Lion's Den. Welcome to Flabo territory. Welcome to Este City. We're here with the beautiful soul, one of the gems of Dennery, one of my favorites, Miss Leola Sinclair. So, Miss Sinclair, tell me, what has Edmund Estefan done for the community of Dennery South?
Edmund Estefan has done so much that it's difficult to bring all of it in this short interview, seriously. Because from the time he's been our rep, he's transformed Dennery. People don't walk in mud anymore because everywhere you go, there's either a road like this one I'm standing on, or a footpath or steps to go to your home.
Again, welcome to the beautiful Lion's Den, Dennery South. And today we happen to have the tiger in the Lion's Den, Mr. Cox. So, Tiger, can you tell us, what has Edmund Estefan done for Dennery South?
Well, Edmund Estefan has done a lot for Dennery South. And this road we're standing right now there, it takes about 6 decades. And I could remember, okay, when Labour started that, about 6-7 decades ago, they keep promising the people it was mud, pigs and everything. They keep promising the people, it was never done. Okay? And several, I could go over and over, Hospital Road, Lapet Road, highway, different projects Estefan has been doing for the people of Dennery. Estefan is for the people of Dennery.
We're here with Mr. Bernard Mothra, better known as BJ, one of my village G's. So, BJ is going to tell us what Edmund Estefan has done in the community.
Oh my God, I have so many things to say. Firstly, where I'm standing right now, watch where we're standing. In Dennery Village, where something we never had in life. If you could see right there, you could see the stands there, okay? It's coming soon, alright?
Oh, what's happening?
Well, this area there, they're supposed to cast that here. So when you pass in there, you will not fall long. These have to pave here. They have to cast that thing there. It's supposed to complete the fence. So then we will lock down here the fence. When you're inside there, you could stay there, and no dogs can come by you. And I thank you so much as Edmund Estefan, on even Mr. Alan Chasney. Yes, I thank you. Yes, okay, where I'm standing there, I've never voted for y'all, but this year, y'all have me. Yes, y'all have me.
There you have it. We actually have a newcomer endorsing Edmund Estefan, endorsing Honorable Alan Chasney, endorsing the United Workers' Party.
And welcome back to Connected, again with your host Amari Arthur from the constituency of Babono and my co-host.
Hi, Soraya from Dennery South, definitely.
Yeah, today's Dennery South Day, so you know,
of course.
you're in your glories a little bit.
That's right. When it was Babono's time, you were in your glory. So allow us. Thank you.
That's good. So like we were speaking about earlier, we were actually mentioning, we just started talking about the agricultural impact in the tourism sector. So we mentioned things like decorations, the pottery, the
flora, fauna,
the fauna,
the food. Yes.
So the food is important.
Like I was saying, the food for a foodie like me. Yeah. So we're going to just inform you a little bit of lambi, the lobster. What else?
Somebody call in and say you didn't talk about buyo. How you can talk about Saint Lucia? How you can talk about food?
That's true.
And you're not mentioning buyo?
Oh, that's true. I'm sorry. Bouillon, people. Bouillon.
But, I mean, with everything we said, these are just a few of the attractions that people come down here for, and a few things that tie together the agriculture and
tourism.
the tourism sector. I believe that young persons can step directly into this light and benefit from this in their own little ways across the board. Because we know that both agriculture and tourism can directly affect them, especially looking at people who come from the hospitality side of learning and they want to work in the hotels, or they want to do something to do with the sector, or you look at the people who come from the agricultural sector of learning, both of which are available at the South of Louis community, just mentioning that, and they want to go into agriculture, whether it be actual plants, whether it be animals, whether it be decorations and presentations. But these two can both be St. Lucian young persons, and there's no opportunity that's not afforded to them because that's the sectors that they want to work into. St. Lucia has done enough to provide them with these opportunities, provide them with these avenues.
Definitely, and since we've been speaking about tourism for so long, let's just go into the agricultural side of it. So to help stabilize agriculture, what happened is the government injected the UWP administration,
the big money,
that money.
Yes, right. Thanks to the Caribbean Development Fund, and you're right. They partnered. The United Workers Party partnered with them, and it was $4.2 million.
Yeah, that one. That's some load, eh? Let me tell you, money. Yes, so that money was invested in our youth agricultural enterprise program. So yes, big money. That's a lot and I mean, with all of that, more can be done in the agricultural sector than was done before.
Right.
Okay, so you can see a big impact. People going into agro farming, these things, rearing of animals, and
I mean, from what I know about the program, it had a lot to do with training. It included a lot of training, a lot of support for persons looking to go into the sector, in terms of them being able to use the appropriate technologies and the new developments that were going to be available for them to, for them to really benefit from this sector. These people are putting they following their dreams, which means, especially as a young person, you put in your all and your everything into this, and you want to make sure that you have the opportunity to get the best practices possible, to learn exactly what you need to do so that you can continue, so that you can develop. Farmers were engaged in the growth of cycle crops. A lot of people will think that you just come in and you just plant, but it has a lot of planning, it has a lot of technical aspects to it, and that education was provided thanks to the Caribbean Development Fund and of course the United Workers Party, where they took the initiative to provide people with these trainings.
That's right, and also this was actually done to reduce our country's import bill. So tell me that we're not forward thinkers. Tell me that we don't have a vision.
You see, we're listening to our quote from last week. We're planning. We're looking ahead.
Planning for the future. So that means if we have a number of farmers, so many farmers planting, whether it be seasonal planting or the cycle, we are going to have food provided for the people of St. Lucia, and most likely or obviously at a lower rate than having to actually purchase that, bring it into St. Lucia and spend so much money on food.
Right. And I think it was a beautiful initiative in terms of reducing our imports.
That's right.
Because if we go into trust that our farmers can provide food for tourists through the tourism industry, we can always trust that they're going to provide the best food to us as locals as well. If we put in these people in the positions where they know exactly what they're doing, they get in the correct training, and they grow in what we normally would import, it means that we're sustaining ourselves, it means that we're reducing our cost, and it means that we're supporting each other, which is ultimately important. That's how you make the sector more attractive. People want to go into something. Naturally, young people, they only want to do what works. Nobody really wants to try and see if that will work, especially at a point like this where money is so important. People want to make sure they go into what works. So if we have agriculture where people are guaranteed to eat, you provide something that people are eating. You become the competition for outside where it's cheaper to buy local. It benefits us in St. Lucia.
Yeah, and just a side note, this has been in operation for years, not just now.
That's right.
It has been for farmers who own their own land and even those who lease private lands as well. So that has been there.
Okay. Actually, I should have it. There were 7. Yes, this led to the establishment of the 7 crop food imports.
So now you're reading my mind, right?
Yeah, maybe. But it's important. It's important to note. There are 7 major groups that 7 major crops, that they focused on. I have the list. Pineapples, watermelons, cantaloupe, tomatoes, peppers,
cucumbers, and lettuce. Yes.
And because of the because of the locally grown fruits, we actually saw a reduction in the imports of 5 of those food products. So the impact, the results are there. We can physically see it. People see it at the supermarket, because I can only imagine that it should be cheaper to buy something locally than it is to import it. It has so many more charges. So you find the farmers are getting the benefit because now they have a business, they have a form of income. The government is getting the benefit because they're reducing our spending and also allowing people to support locally. The consumers are benefiting because now they're getting locally grown products that can be at a cheaper rate.
That's right.
It's hard for us to say that this is competing with another sector. This is something on its own, and this is what, like I said, this is what St. Lucia has always done. This is what St. Lucia has always known. This is never going to go away.
That's right. I mean, just to let y'all know, it's the 7 crop food import substitution program.
Right.
Am I right? Okay, so that means we're putting our little St. Lucia, the little dot on the map. We're putting ourselves on the map. We're putting ourselves outside of just St. Lucia. If we can export all of these things, that in itself would be very good.
Right. And it is good to know that with our to make sure I get it, Youth in Agriculture program, the target of farmers, and I use that term because the stereotype, somebody who's retired, somebody who's old.
Young people are farmers too.
Exactly, we got rid of that because the target of farmers moved from being people 50 and 60 to now young persons 20 and above.
That's right.
So you can have a 21 or 22-year-old farmer as a profession, as a form of income.
And we even go as young as 11 years old.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Very young farmers. So it's not just the older folk, it's the younger people, and we're right now with the younger people. We're doing a lot more with agriculture.
Right.
A lot more.
I mean, we all grew up. We all saw the farms. We all saw these working these farms, and it was always it forced us to see, because we saw 2 sides of people. We saw the blue collar and the white collar. So we saw the person with the suit driving his vehicle, going and working in an air-conditioned office, which is not bad. We saw the farmer in his rags, his clothes, working, beating the field.
That's right.
And it's sad that we develop a stereotype because of that. It's very sad that we saw one as a good paying job and one as a poor man's job, when that's not the case.
That's not the case at all.
We realize that whatever the person in the suit is, cannot live without that farmer.
That's true. And you can even see that with a farmer, you have just as your income is, it's just as competitive as someone who works with a suit and tie.
Exactly, and it's important. Also, it's almost like we're bridging a gap now, because we had these two divides, and now we have technical farmers. So you find you have persons who develop the technology for farming, whether it be the automated water and irrigation systems. Look at bee farmers. The bee farmer is not the one working the yard. The bee farmer is the one putting on his professional suit, the bee honey collecting suit, and going and doing what he has to do. He's not in the sun with a hoe and a rake. He's a whole different kind of farmer, which means we bridging that divide where he is a professional.
And yes, that's why I said 11 years. There's a young man from Dennery South who is actually doing bee farming. Yes.
I can't lie. I wanted to go into bee farming.
It's not too late.
You're right.
Get the land. Right. I mean, it's being provided. You can go find out if you can get some private lands to lease and go ahead and do your bee farming.
Yeah. I know they have bee farmers who sell directly to hotels. So you find they don't even do like the bottles. They don't do that. They do it, I think, by the barrels, directly to the hotels. That's a direct link from agriculture to tourism.
That's right.
It doesn't even touch the St. Lucia market. I mean, I'm pretty sure he or she provides to them, but his target is the hotels, and he is a farmer. He's a farmer who directly supplies to the tourism sector.
I mean, because tourists come here, they like the taste of our honey, because it's different from what we get manufactured in a bottle at the supermarket. So
The
you
non-local
get
ones.
Sorry?
The non-local ones.
Yes.
Right.
So it's totally different. The taste is different from what you would get elsewhere. So they come in, they love the taste, and some of them even want to go home with it.
Yeah.
So they come to our markets, they buy from us. Here we have tourism, agriculture coming together.
And rightly so, they should be. They really should be. I mean, I want to implore St. Lucians to keep your avenue, keep your mind open in terms of the avenues that you want to take steps towards. In terms of looking for your own form of income.
That's right.
It doesn't just have to be you trying to get an office job anymore. It is something where you can be a farmer, you can be an agriculturist, you can have a direct link to the tourism sector without actually being in hospitality per se. You can take care of your family with this. I mean, let us understand that this is the foundation of St. Lucia.
That's right.
And it's important that we continuously let young people especially know that if you want to go into agriculture, it is not something that's going to be looked down upon anymore. It is not something that's not going to be able to sustain you as a person. It's not something you have to struggle with. It is a viable future, a viable source of income, and it is one of the foundations of our economy in St. Lucia.
That's true. So now tourism and agriculture are the next best or biggest thing in St. Lucia to make money, open a business. We have the tea village where you would have tourists coming there. You grow your own crops, you come there, you make whatever it may be, your tacos or whatever it may be, and tourism, agriculture.
That's right.
And also you have the food business.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're right. You are 100% right. But there are a few notable things as well that the United Workers' Party administration was able to achieve. I'm not sure if you're familiar as well, but just to let everybody know, we can mention a few of them. I know they constructed the new Holy Livestock Station. They constructed the new National Diagnostic Facility. Just things that they work in.
Yeah, the new banana ripening facility in Dennery.
No, hold on. Before we even continue, because I mean it's a Dennery, so we can talk about Dennery.
Yeah.
But I want to specifically talk about bananas. Because like the guy in the WhatsApp Chronicle said, he spoke about green gold.
That's right.
And I don't, you see, there is still that notion that as long as people hear bananas and agriculture, they think of back then. But St. Lucia is still just as much interested in bananas and its import.
The potential, I would say, is still there.
Exactly. It is. You will still drive down the coast and see the banana farmers. You will still hear about them. You will still note that we sell our products locally. it's not something that people should automatically associate back in the day with. It's something that continuously is being done, and especially I like that they say Dennery. Dennery is developing in so many ways. All of that just plays into it.
That is true. And just well, if you want to call it a side note, tourism and agriculture, second best industry. All right, and the sneak peek of the digital economy.
Okay.
All right.
Hold on. You seem to be getting a call. Hi, good afternoon. Okay, I think we lost that caller. I can see them calling back. Hi, good afternoon. Hello. Okay. It seems somebody's a bit shy. And maybe you'll call back a little later. Okay, they're calling again. Okay. Is either somebody being troublesome and they prank calling us, or that somebody is very shy today?
Maybe. Let's see.
But I mean, we can continue in terms of the different things that the administration were able to achieve. They constructed new packing house facility in Odsa. They attracted over 600 new farmers to join the industry. Now, that is a big deal on itself. I want to get the number right. 600 new farmers to join the industry.
Alright.
A failing industry cannot do that.
I agree.
A failing industry, a failing minister cannot do that either. The fact that we have 600 persons who decided to invest and to take their time to go into that industry, the industry that people are so ticklish about sometimes, it says a lot, it means a lot. It shows that things are being done, people are noting what's being done, and people trust what's happening. They want to be part of it. They want to be able to say that I'm benefiting from this as well, and they're going to invest and take their next step into the industry. So the fact that they attracted over 600 new farmers to join the industry, I think that's a beautiful achievement. I think that's something that's extremely noteworthy, and it's something that people should keep in mind.
Definitely, I totally agree with you, because things like that show you that there is room to do better. Soon, like our Prime Minister said. Yes, so on one of the shows, someone indicated that it is okay. So let me just get it together. So I think what was said is that situation where we don't need visas to go to the US. So the explanation by Alan Chastney was that it is possible. Look at other Caribbean countries, such as the Bahamas, where you don't need a visa to go over there. So the fact that all of this is happening, we have St. Lucia becoming bigger, better in every sector.
Right.
In the future, it is in fact possible that we can go over there without a visa. Why? Because we have no need to stay there, because St. Lucia is bigger, better. We have things that keep our people, right? Our economy is booming. We have better everywhere, you know? So I just needed to show that with all of what is happening, agriculture and tourism intertwining, it is just the beginning, and the platform or the road is being paved for us to get to where we want to.
I agree. And coming in, rolling out from a pandemic, it's just forward.
Forward ever, backward never. Let me tell you, I don't think we need to explain anymore. But with all of what we're explaining here, I mean, do we need to say, or do we need to write a book I don't think so. I mean, it's evident that what we're saying here is just to show you that St. Lucia is going somewhere.
Yeah.
No change required.
No, I was just coming to say that 5 more years, no change required.
We can even take 10 more. Let me tell you.
We also had agri processing facilities. I think one was built and one was rehabilitated. One was rehabilitated in Alger and it built in Foasso. Foasso?
Foasso.
Yeah, right. It shows that, I mean, agriculture, like we've been saying for this entire session, I feel like when we finish here, people will say, whoa, they hear enough about agriculture. But we're not just traditional agriculture anymore. We're taking it to the next step. Again, why they were able to introduce 600 new farmers into the industry. They also
we're doing good.
Exactly. And I don't want to leave this out, but they introduced a farming mobile app to assist farmers and agricultural officers. Now, I don't know what that means for anybody else, but I know what it means to me, and I'm not talking about from an agricultural perspective. But from a young person, from a technological perspective, that's next level.
I mean, if you don't have to go and take what we call the almanac back in the day, you check, well, the older people call the almanac to go and tell you, well, this day, the moon, to be a full moon, this day will be a new moon. You have that on an app. You can interact with your field officer. I mean, what more do you need with an app?
I mean,
you
the
don't
fact
have to
that
go and look at your calendar to tell you, well, you know it's there.
Yeah, agriculture in an app that shows that we're not on the floor anymore. We've already taken off, and we gone with our agricultural industry.
I think that's why our digital economy is the number 1 sector right now, and then we have number 2 being agriculture and tourism.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the next biggest thing. We would be able to just work from home soon for almost everything, and if that can work out, what else can't?
I'm just happy that we have opportunities, because I see that to be the key. I believe a lot of people think we live in a society where there is no opportunity, whether it be an opportunity to speak and have a voice, an opportunity to work in the sector that you want to work in, an opportunity to grow and to move forward. To me, we're developing, we've been developing, and as long as we keep developing, we'll continue to have these opportunities. Allowing somebody to go into the field that they want without the fear of them not being able to support their family with it, without the fear of being kept back or being looked at as being backwards. Allow persons to develop, and all of that comes with opportunities, enough of which have been given to us by this United Workers Party, and I'm very thankful towards them and for them, for everything that they've done in terms of allowing us to do as young persons, but generally just as St. Lucians. Also to note, they provided communication equipment to fisher folk to improve safety at sea. It's constant that we question just how prepared and how I don't want to use the word safe, but I'll use the word prepared these fishermen are when they go out to do their job, like that's their job. But how safe is it? How prepared are they to handle what they have to handle on a daily basis? I mean, you safe until you're not, so they can do it 365 days and they will be okay. It's just that one day that something happens that they're not okay.
And then you have to worry, are those fishermen coming back and all of these things. So we need to take that into consideration. So providing communication equipment so that in the event,
just for anything really. Just
in touch with people. I mean,
right. Providing that, and that's something that should have been done or that could have been implemented a long time ago. But we're just grateful that it was done. That somebody decided this needs to happen. The phrase is, "I don't want to leave you there out at sea," and I feel like to an extent that's what we were doing. So I'm glad that something was done, an initiative was put forward, something was driven through that we can now say that we've done something to just be of any assistance that we can to our fishermen and our fisher folk, because we appreciate them for what they do and the risk that they take, the literal food that they put on our plate. So we appreciate them.
And you're right, man. It seems like you're going to start rapping first.
They also rehabilitated the Coco Flumetry, and they introduced pensions and insurance for farmers, which is good. Like I said a while ago, a lot of people they see farming as something they do after you retire. So you have time. I'll go and tend to the crops. I'll go and tend to the animals. But now that the fact that pensions and insurance, it means it's seen as a job and something that you can eventually retire from. Although I don't think a farmer will ever stop being a farmer. And you can continuously get sustenance from I don't say from the government, but it's from yourself and from your country. That you can continue to support your family, continue to do exactly what you do way past the age of retirement.
So this means that no one is left out. So you have a job, let's say a call center job, you're paying the NIC, you have a pension, or you're getting some money after you retire. Right now, giving the farmers that kind of assurance is such a good thing. They don't have to say, well, after 65 they continue it. After that, they can probably give it to someone younger
or just listen on what they do.
You know, bring in the young people, have the young people do the farming instead, and for them to be able to relax. You know,
G6 production.
That's a good initiative, I must say.
I think that's good, and I like the way that we can still go back and tie to the tourism industry, because everything that we said that directly affects them. All the food that we're growing, all the like you said, the fauna and the flora, everything builds back to us making St. Lucia as attractive as possible. Whether it be on an economical level, or we look at our import bills and our GDP, whether it be in just face value of it, the looks, the plants, not necessarily the food crops, but the plants that are grown to beautify the island, or whether it be the experience that the hotels provide. All of these things come from the agricultural sector and flow into the tourism sector and are what attract people to our islands. So, I mean, I hope that we answer the gentleman's question and that we're really able to shed light in it, even to our viewers and our listeners, that again, like I said, it's no competition between these two ministries. Even the two ministers, they know each other well enough that they're comfortable with working together. And I believe if we allow them the opportunity to continue doing exactly what they're doing, both these ministers and these ministries and St. Lucia as a whole will continue to grow. So, I mean, our guest today was Ancillary Canneries as well as Dennery South. So we can say thank you so much to our guests who came through. They said what they had to say. They showed exactly what's being done, and they showed their ministers in a beautiful and realistic light.
That's right.
Thank them very much for that. A shout out to the ministers. Again, Father's Day tomorrow, so shout out to all of our ministers. I guess we can always call them the fathers of the nation right now. So we want to make sure that they as well as everybody else and all the other fathers in St. Lucia have a wonderful Father's Day. Again, if you still don't get him a gift, a bingo card, $10 for one, $20 for three, and you can come and buy your tickets right here at the constituency office. Sorry, I keep saying the constituency office. At the
Party Secretariat.
Right, the Party Secretariat as well as Sky FM. Also, we have our barbecue next week for our, let me see if I remember, chicken $10, fish and pork $15, drinks will be on sale.
And
oh no, is chicken $15 and fish and pork $20. Oh my gosh, fish and pork. Fish, right, there it is. Okay, so chicken $12. Oh, you see, so we almost robbed the people.
Fish and pork $15.
Fish and pork $15. Drinks will be on sale Friday, June the 25th outside Sky FM. Please come and support us. Brought to you by the United Workers Party National Women's Arm. And also our raffle tickets that we have, 2 for $5. Right, 2 for $5 on sale. You can always purchase that as well. I mean, who knows? You may be the lucky one to get that exactly what he wanted. Cash prizes of up to $2,500. Please come in, get your tickets, and be part of such a wonderful experience. Again, we're wishing everyone a wonderful.
As we on prizes, before you say that, up to now, no one has called. They don't want.
They don't want registration gift certificate. You see, they don't know the answer. That's what happened.
I think
they don't know the answer.
you think we have 2 minutes to give somebody to call?
Sure. We'll see if we can get a call. We'll see. We'll give them 1 minute. But the question actually was, on our very first show, we had a guest here. If you could tell us his name and his constituency, then you will win a $50 gift voucher from Gigi's Miss. Yeah. Hi, good afternoon, caller. Hello? Okay. They forget. They just forget. They'll call back. Don't worry. They have it written down somewhere. They'll call back just now. We'll give them a few seconds. Let's see if they'll call back. Or if anybody wants to get that gift certificate, they can also call in. But again, for our bingo, it's okay. Look, we have a caller. Hi, good afternoon, caller. Hello? Okay, so we have them calling on all platforms. Hi, good afternoon, connected.
Good afternoon. I'm just trying. Is it the Kia Joseph you had?
You close, you know. You quite close.
Yeah. Daniel. Yeah.
You close in terms of the areas, correct? But that's not the guest that we have named. That's who he was representing. I will say that.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Oh, so you see, we have people who are listening.
Well, yes. So since you all know already, it's from Babu now.
So so they get
half of the question.
No, there's no $25 gift voucher. Sorry, it's $150 gift voucher that we have. So we'll give them a few more seconds, see if anybody else will call in. But like I was saying again, we have bingo, $10 for 1 card, $20 for 3 cards. We also have raffles 2 for 5 for our Father's Day bingo. You know, 7 o'clock. You know, they get that last effort for a Father's Day gift in. You can get your tickets here at the party secretariat outside, and also Sky FM. Also, we have our barbecue next weekend. Now, before I get
June 25th, chicken is $12, pork and fish $15.
That's right, and drinks will be on sale right outside here at Sky FM. Okay, we have another caller. Hello, good afternoon. I'm not hearing. We're not hearing. Hold on. Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Is Sean?
Sorry?
I'm calling for the
You calling for the what? Yes, go ahead.
Sean?
Oh, you asked, you're trying to answer the question.
Yeah.
Oh well, no, the person's name was not Sean.
Not at all.
Alright.
Okay, so I have 2 minutes. Go back to the
Hold on, we have another caller. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, yes.
Yes. Yeah. Up to what time will the secretariat be open this evening?
Up until we go.
And up until 7 p.m.
Right.
Up until bingo.
Okay, alright. Well, I'll try to pass it to get a couple of them.
Okay. Thank you very much for that.
No problem. People, y'all.
No problem.
Alright, so people, y'all still have a chance to try and win that $50 voucher, unless we all want us to take it over to the next weekend.
I suspect that's what we'll have to do. I suspect that's what we'll have to do. But again, thank you so much for those that called in. It seemed today we have really, and I want to thank Sky FM for allowing us to overstay our welcome by a few minutes. But we appreciate every one of our listeners and our callers who chimed in today and were able to give us a listening ear and hear exactly what we have to say. This has been Connected. This has been a wonderful experience and episode, and we want to wish everybody a wonderful Father's Day and enjoy the rest of this Saturday.
Right.
Please do have yourself a progressive weekend, and remember, we are staying connected. 5 more years, no change required.
That's right.
Thank you very much.
Join the United Workers' Party and the Flubbo family for another in the series of live Flubbo forums this Sunday, 13th June at 7 p.m. Join us live on DBS, Hot FM, GVD TV, Sky Radio, Prime Minister's Facebook page, United Workers' Party Facebook page. See you there.
Working out together as one.
To be honest, I must say that this rep has truly represented her constituency. Of all the representation I've got in Micoud North, I must say that's the one who has really executed what she promised. Gail Rigobert promised schools for better education. She promised new roads. She promised better healthcare facilities. And under her leadership, we got the re-establishment of, like, the renovation of the health center. We also got new roads to the school where it is easier accessible in case of emergencies. We have an entrance and an exit at this time, which I find is very important. Also, the rep has a very keen interest in single parents, and as a single mother, I personally have gained from what she has done to help single parents. For example, she provided MiFi for all children who had no internet, which was very good for me because I had to be putting plan on my phone all the time because I had no internet. So my child could have done her schoolwork and make me proud and be an A+ student. I am staying with Auntie Gail.
As a result, we are going to establish a grocery credit union to incorporate the Fishermen's Cooperative, the farmers, and all and sundry
can benefit from having a credit union agriculture program. Also develop our fishing. Youthing agriculture, as I mentioned earlier, is very important.
I'm going to ensure that we have a home for the elderly.
A daycare for our elderly and ensure that our elderly is well taken care of.
Uh-oh. Copycat alert.
You serious?
Let's keep working. Let's keep moving.
Moi, je remercie M. Ezekiel Joseph pour tout ça qu'il a fait en communauté. Côte là, chimien, community center, de l'eau, tout ça qu'il a fait quand il merci en chai. Il vient de journée travailler bon moi, je te poser ça. Je merci un peu pour ça.
We're happy that Mr. Birch will be able to serve us to the extent and serve us very well.